Oh, so you would find this on shorts, is that what you're saying?
Yep. And if you can scooch down just a little bit
To the
to the
microphone?
to the right.
Okay. Right shoulders?
Yep. Now you're centered for vertical.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I have to see myself, but
I'm just showing you.
yeah, yeah. So what is it titled?
Everyone has an alligator story.
Let's see if that pops up.
Yep. JC.
What's that? Okay. Yeah. All right. I guess leave it there. I can't see it on the iPad. So then, in order for us to communicate with people live, how can we do that?
I can have the live stream pulled up here, and then I can see comments.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll start premising, giving a little bit of context to whoever may be watching. Um, the purpose of the book is not, it's not a sad story. It's more of trying to figure out the purpose of survival. Um, the things that we forget are often the things that we actually need to remember for growth. But as a firefighter, as a special warfare operator, I recognize that most of the time, when we are told to remember something, is for the benefit of the group or for the mission, so we can do better next time. But when things happen to us, it becomes a little bit more difficult to communicate those things to ourselves. So something negative happened to us. What would be the benefit of going back and talking about those negative things? Usually, there's very little benefit. Like our minds would tell us that there's very little benefit to doing that. But I guess I'm here to challenge that perception. If you are to go back to the hardest things in your life and you go back to not necessarily what you could have done better, but what you learned from those sort of situations, and how it has, dang, that's annoying. So, ooh, yeah, so that's snap. So that got low. I think what I'll do now is I'll turn on the generator.
All right.
So let me turn on the generator and not lose that track of thought. I wonder why that
mics are unmuted. We're fading back to you. All right, you're good.
So then, all right. So then, posting like this and doing it live. If I were to get up, the camera wouldn't be able to follow me, but we would be able to do. Think, can we post a question up on the board, saying, what's the hardest thing you've ever had to do? What is yeah, like literally we're practicing the art of interaction. Like how can we interact with people? Like that's kind of like I like to interact with people. Can they? Would they be willing? If not, then I'll just.
Questions up.
What's the question?
What's the hardest thing you ever had to do?
What is the hardest thing you've ever had to do, Edgar?
What's the hardest thing?
Like when I met you, I think what was neat about how I met you, you just got done with not got done, survived, going through the healing stages of if I remember, it was a T-bone crash, right? A T.
Head-on collision.
It was a head-on collision. So when you're in the head-on collision, you were kind of. That's when we kind of introduced ourselves, and you were literally had a bag coming out of you. Would you say that's the hardest thing that you've gone through?
I guess physically, I've never been through an accident or, I've never been through, I guess, a kind of trauma like that before. But I don't know. That's a really tough question, because I don't. I guess I'm just very passive, and I don't really think about those things. Like
What do you mean passive? Like you don't dwell in like the.
Yes.
How do you not do that? Because that's literally you ignoring what's the most visible to you. So like, how do you not dwell in that? I don't want you to get emotional either. And
No, not emotional.
Oh, okay.
No, now you're making me think about it.
How about this?
So okay, I'll tell you this. Okay, growing up, a lot of my life since I was 5, I was a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Right. You know that.
I do.
And yeah, and a lesson that I've learned from the movies is always motion is the future or present. Everything's in motion. Nothing
motion. I thought you said emotion.
No, motion.
Everything is in motion.
Everything
is moving.
Everything is moving.
Yeah. Hand me those Kleenex real quick, or the Clorox bleaches.
Here you go.
Thanks.
And so I guess in that sense, I've always kind of just stayed in the now and never try to worry about the future or the past.
But then if you're presently going through that really hard thing, that alligator story.
So, okay, for instance, the accident.
Yeah.
Right? When I went through the accident, not that it never crossed my mind, but I never sat on it, which is like, what am I going to do after? It was more, how am I going to survive right now? And that's how I always am. Like, what's today going to be? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's, I guess, just being in the now.
So no need to dwell on the past, and no need to worry about I guess like if you are going through so much pain and suffering, and because I'm sure it wasn't comfortable.
No.
The thing that you're going through, especially with all like the financial burden and the physical pain of it all. For somebody that is going through like a whole lot of stuff right now, like whether it's self-inflicted, if they're going through something hard because they want to go through something hard because people like doing hard stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's involuntary, if it's non-voluntary,
right.
What suggestions would you have for those kind of people? Like, what kind of advice did you get during the times of your struggle that actually helped you?
Mine is very spiritual, which is just I need to always rely on the Lord.
Yeah.
And
How does that help you?
that eases
Like practically.
practically it literally eased my mind. And
Okay.
so for instance, the during after this I had 2 surgeries. I had 4 surgeries. The but two and two were kind of split between several months. Um and so when I had the bag, the ileostomy bag, and it was removed, the doctor had basically made a mistake and they cut open one of my organs and I was internally bleeding
Yeah, that was 100% like
on them.
human mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% human mistake.
Mhm.
Um,
They nicked when they should have.
they nicked, and so I was internally bleeding, and I was going through seizures. And I remember the most memorable one I had was it wasn't a seizure, but I was laying there and I was feeling super cold, like extremely cold. I was shivering, and so they were trying to get me a blanket to warm me up. And this is before they said anything. Oh, there might be something wrong.
Yeah,
Like
you're going through
it
shock.
took. It,
You were
I was
literally
going through shock,
experiencing
and it
hemorrhagic shock real time.
yeah, and
It's
it's
literally what we do is cover somebody up, warm them up,
yeah.
because they're losing heat through your blood.
And I think that I don't know if this is correct, but it felt like maybe almost 24 hours before they did something.
Oh, because they couldn't.
They just they thought that I was just going through
Pain withdrawal or something.
the
You don't know?
post surgery stuff. I don't know. Like I was just going through like, oh, this is just normal, when it clearly wasn't.
Was your blood pressure fine?
No, everything was dropping, or no, maybe it was going up. I think there's a lot of things where like, hey, this is
You were compensating.
things were not looking right, but they took their sweet time, to do something. I think it was 24 hours, but maybe
Holy
I could be wrong
smokes,
because
dude.
I was like I said I was sleeping, or I was not there in my head, or I wasn't really conscious. But like I said, I was feeling really cold, and they had a cross above my TV, and all I did was just ask the Lord, please, I was just like, just trusting you, just focus, and I was not cold anymore.
Who's saying just focus?
Me, or I told myself, just focus on you, just focus on you, focus on you, and then I wasn't cold anymore.
Yeah.
And so the spiritual and the physical, they were together at that moment.
Would you say that you were in fact cold, but it was much easier to manage that cold, or you didn't feel the cold anymore?
I didn't feel the cold anymore. I was comforted.
Okay.
It was supernatural.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
and
if I was a non-believer and I didn't understand what you were saying, and like it would be, I'd be like, yeah, it's a cool story,
mhm.
but like I never, I would have never experienced that. So then it would have been like, it's really easy, I think, and it's also I think good, to be questioning everything. I think for you to be a skeptic, that's the word that I'm looking for. For you to be skeptic of these things, I think it's wise.
Mhm.
It is. I think for you, there's so much evidence that being skeptic is sort of silly. Right?
Yeah.
You can see skepticism as a silly thing, while others can see skepticism as a wise thing.
Right.
Why do you think people
It's
would see
comfortable
what's comfortable?
being a skeptic, not because then what it is you're in a plane of I don't know.
So that's easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy
There's a
cop-out,
better
or what?
word for it. It's being there's a better word for that.
What you talking about, Willis?
What we were just talking about. Um, not knowing the truth, but being comfortable not knowing the truth. There's a word for it. And it's a common word. I'm just trying to remember.
Ignorance?
Ignorance is bliss,
Oh, okay.
right? I think a lot of people stay in there, and I think including myself, where I was like, I don't know about the gifts of the spirit. I don't know about healing. I don't, until I firsthand experienced it. I think also reading the word, but prior to the accident, I was reading the word a lot. And I was reading the Old Testament.
Not knowing that you were going to have an accident,
right.
obviously.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just growth and walk.
Okay.
My walk with the Lord. And so the Old Testament really helped me better understand a lot of the spiritual stuff more than what, yeah, because I didn't really, like I said, prior to me reading on my own, it was just kind of going to sermons and hearing messages and reading scripture that way. I wasn't reading it for myself. And so when I started reading for myself, it's like, oh, okay, there's these spiritual things, they are real and they're not debatable, in my, point of view. And so,
think um, getting to your point and what you were talking about recognizing the spiritual stuff, I think is incredibly difficult for people that don't see that, and they're going back to your point, the physical thing, and where they are, well, they are, all they need is physical things. So why would they look anywhere else? Like, you have a house,
mm-hmm,
you have fun, you have hobbies,
mm-hmm,
you are healthy, you are a wonderful family, you have an occupation that fulfills your needs,
mm-hmm.
you're getting money, you're getting everything. So then there's really no reason to look for anything else. You don't diss it, like, you understand that people need it. Like, I get it, those people need it. They're poor, they got into a car crash, they are looking to advance, so they need something to reach, but they don't have that
Yeah.
because they have everything at their disposal. So
Yeah.
there's no need to reach. What I hear you saying is that at the moment there was something that you needed to reach to,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
But not saying that that's the only time that you reach, because it seemed to me like you were explaining that you were already reaching before you actually needed anything. You just wanted to grow.
Yes.
Right.
I think, as we're talking about, Star Wars, it always made me very spiritual, or wanting to feel spiritual without ever
Star
looking
Wars is
into
incredibly
anything. It's
spiritual without
yeah,
saying spiritual stuff,
yeah.
right? I mean, like, they literally do this and
Mm-hmm.
things happen,
Things happen,
right?
and there's a lot of
That's that is
yeah,
spiritual, right?
it's power. Yeah, sure.
Power
It's a thing that you can't see,
that you
and
can't
something's
see.
happening.
Right. So you
So
either
it's not
you
in
either
the
chuck that off as like a power of the
mm-hmm.
mind or something
Yeah.
beyond the mind.
So spirituality, or
We're talking about Star Wars, guys.
yeah, has never been an issue for me. It was just I never applied it to real life. I always thought it was fiction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So
I think that's the reason that people go to the Comic-Con stuff, so
mm-hmm.
they can actually put their physical bodies in that and pretend, and it's cool to pretend, because to them is
or
entertainment
enjoy
and
fiction.
real, and enjoy. Sure.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Without it being real.
Yeah.
And then when it becomes real, then it becomes not that it's scary. It becomes scary if you don't know the truths, because then you're like, oh my God, there's evilness. It's real. But once you understand where, for Christians like us, like, we have authority, oh, it's really not that scary. It's just something we deal with every day. And I think everyone deals with every day, but you don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Do you see yourself acting more like with your alligator story, which really is a? Would you say that that's your alligator story?
it
Or
is. It is because
is there nothing else before that happened that was
No, not
actually more?
really.
That was the worst thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the worst thing that's ever happened in my
Yeah.
life, physically.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of different things had happened during that.
During.
Yeah, like during the whole
healing?
process, like the healing, the accident itself, the healing. Whereas, like, I think I kind of understood, or I got to see with or understand myself, was that healing is not always instant, and a healing is a process, right? I survived, but I had to heal, and the healing I wasn't gonna walk out of the hospital 100%.
Dang, dude, that's a good statement.
So the healing is a process, and that was the journey of that. But there's so much spiritual things had happened to me during the accident, after the accident in the hospital, and when I left the hospital, and then all the way to the second set of surgeries. But like, for instance, I was just thinking about this during the weeks of doing the schooling, was I never realized how sometimes my internal thoughts could not be my own thoughts. You know what I mean?
I do.
And I shared this story with the group, was when I left the hospital, and it was the first, I think, day or night, I was gonna go take a bath. and I was barely walking, barely functional, but I survived.
You're
and
in
I
the
was
hospital,
healing.
right?
No. I got
Oh,
so
you're at
I
home?
went to my because I was in South Carolina, wasn't in Florida where I lived, and so I stayed with my sister-in-law because that's
Okay.
where we were visiting. So we went back to their house for a couple of days before I left back to Florida
Okay.
after being out of the hospital.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
Um,
you needed more than
yeah, we had
your,
no car, so we
and
needed
also your wife was pregnant at the time.
no, she wasn't.
She was
We
just
had
had a
all three
baby.
kids.
Oh, okay.
My youngest had to have been. Oh no, yeah, my youngest had to have been almost 1 year old.
Yeah,
Was literally
right.
about to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it was 1, 3, 5.
Yeah.
So
Not a newborn, but let's be honest.
yeah, it was
a
about to
1-year-old's
almost be a baby. It's
yeah,
still a baby.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I was at the house. They wanted to take a bath. I had to go upstairs. Going upstairs was hard, and it was a long, big flight of stairs, and to get to their bathroom to take a bath.
Mhm.
And my wife her sister was helping her take a bath because she couldn't really move because of her leg. So it was her sister helped her take a bath, and then my wife helped me take a bath because I couldn't really move my arms and stuff, and everything
Yeah.
was awkward.
My wife helped me plenty
Yeah.
take baths with infections, with a
Yep.
missing piece of skull, with my rhabdomyolysis, with my yeah. You're not alone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And so they had a chair in the bedroom, and I was in there because we went to their bathroom, so I was in their bedroom. The bathroom's connected to their bedroom.
Buck naked.
No, I wasn't naked.
No.
But I was sitting there waiting for them to finish, or then I can go take a bath. But I'm sitting there by myself, and it was the first time I now identified it was a demon or an enemy, where it spoke to me and said, "You should like to blame my wife for everything, 'cause she was the one that was driving. She was the one that didn't move. Like she didn't try to swerve out of the way. Um, the idea was just to blame her because it's her fault why you're feeling this way."
So you're explaining.
I know that is
That-
super spiritual, and that is
No,
like,
that's
yeah.
okay. You're explaining the understanding that you have
Mhm.
in your own thoughts and other external thoughts.
Yeah.
That's what you're explaining. So you said that a demon and or a spirit of some
Enemy.
sort,
We can call it enemy.
an
It's-
enemy,
it's more-
something that does not want the best for you.
correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Literally said, "Blame your wife." And I remember in that moment,
When you say literally said,
I heard it.
blame your wife.
Blame your wife. It's your
Okay.
wife's fault.
Okay, which usually for somebody that's sort of
Which is which I think has always happened to me just because of humanity.
yeah.
But I never identified. I was like, "Oh, this isn't me," because the reason why it wasn't me is because I said before it's not your fault, and I believed that was true, and I told
Yeah.
her that
Yeah, yeah,
because she was blaming herself.
yeah.
And I said it's not your fault. And so when the voice
Oh.
literally told me,
Then
blame
you
your
quickly
wife,
recognize that it could
I
be from
recognized it
you
wasn't
because you
me.
do believe that, but the thought still can come into your mind
Yeah.
because we live in
We're
this
humans.
world. We're humans.
Yeah.
So we can be,
and we're always under attack in some sort of way, always.
and you're also in a very physically vulnerable state.
100% because I was alone
You're alone,
and I was sitting in a chair in pain,
in pain,
about to take a bath. And I think it was the
more
vulnerability where there was an access point.
because then this actually sort of, I can connect with what you're saying in that when I feel weak, I don't want to portray my weakness. I want to do the complete opposite.
Mhm.
But there's a whole lot of strength in admitting your weakness. You just have to kind of be careful with who, right?
Yeah, of course. I think
not
you could be,
everybody should hear your
the ex-
vulnerability.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
there I guess there are certain points, but I think if you've understand what the vulnerability is, I think you're able to share it with confidence and not
What do you
worry
mean?
about,
What do you mean?
like, if you understand like if I suffer through something, right? Or I'm going through like, man, I can't, I'm having issues with lust, or I'm having issues with this. I think if I understand that and I can identify what it is, I think it's easier for me to share, to be relatable.
Oh, got it. Well,
Is that what you mean?
yeah, no, it is what I mean, but
Yeah.
I don't think that that's vulnerability anymore
Mm.
because it's more of like a past weakness. You're not vulnerable in that spot because you're able to speak into it,
Yeah,
to-
yeah, but if I am going through it,
going through
I
it.
think for me personally, I'm more I'm more accepted of if I'm suffering through something, I can kind of publicly share it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You definitely have been that.
Yeah,
Which is
so-
awesome.
even if I'm suffering through it.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing
Why?
because if you're suffering through something and I'm suffering through something, we can relate. Instead of saying I've overcome this is what I'm going through right now. So you're not alone. We can go through it together.
Right.
You know, and that's like, you know, that's just walking with people,
Right.
being open.
Mm-hmm.
Without using broad terms. Because I feel like sometimes if you do broad terms, people can shut down and be like, yeah, all right.
Saying like, yeah, I feel
I was like,
I'm
oh,
just feeling
I've
sad.
once
I'm just
felt
feeling sad.
I've once felt depressed.
I'm feeling
You know, and
sad.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'm feeling depressed now. How does that
It's like,
how
no,
can we relate?
well, I don't know if you are able to relate to that if you had not indeed done something with it yourself to
Mhm.
where you. I actually wrote
Yeah.
about that in the book a little bit about the difference between sympathy and empathy, and like if you have actually have um, subdued, overcome,
Hmm.
defeated that instant in your life, then you are actually able to provide something fruitful to somebody that's dealing with it now. Because, and you can really see through the BS too, because here's a strong person that went through
Hmm.
something, and then all of a sudden he is unable to speak to you in a one on one about your thing.
Yeah.
Instead, they go, "Yeah, man, you just gotta, just life is hard. Just kind of have to suck it up.
Yeah.
Be just kind of keep on the grind.
Yep.
Make sure that you're strong. You just got to be there for your wife. I'm here for
Hmm.
you."
Hmm.
It's like that's not inherently wrong. I don't think. I think they're well intended. Just
Yeah. And I'll give you another example of why
yeah.
it could be a bad thing.
Okay.
Why I think this is a personal experience too that I had was when when I was distancing myself from the church around 2020.
Your community.
Yeah,
Okay.
just in general, like I didn't want to go. Like I was just feeling burnt out, and the reason why I had left my church that I had been to for many years and I was worshiping and being part of the worship team is because I wasn't growing,
Yeah.
and that was my choice. Like I choose not to grow. It wasn't like the team failed me, and I think everyone has a part of failure in it.
Sure.
But I now looking back, I'm like I knew I just didn't want to look. I rather daydream than
Hmm.
focus on the sermon. Um, but because of that, I was not in a good spot. I was broken, and I was sharing with the guy. He was he was young. He was maybe 17, 18, and he was sharing his story, and then I shared my story of like how I was feeling without any truth in it. It was just more like, yeah, I've been,
Oh, the blanket
yeah, like,
statement.
no, not blanket, just more like, yeah, dude, this is how I feel about the church right now, without, because like, just speaking negatively or like saying, oh, dude, I'm having a hard time, doing this, or I don't think church is that important,
Okay.
right? And I said that to this young guy, who went a couple years more with it, but like, he was young, and he heard a guy who was older than him share that.
Oh man.
I negatively impacted him, and now he's an atheist.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of me. I mean, I don't know, but
Right.
I know I played a factor in it because of how I shared and
Sure.
how I wasn't walking with Christ the way I wasn't being I wasn't being an example.
Oh, that's tough, dude.
Yeah,
That's really tough because, I mean, I guess if
because if I'm claiming to be a Christian and I'm sharing these negative viewpoints,
that's what
not
Christianity looks like,
I'm
then
not helping them.
yeah,
I'm just making it worse.
and also to them, it looks like that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like you're saying you're that,
Hmm.
you're doing that, so that's what that is,
Yeah,
in this, that's tough.
yeah, and so I don't know where his walk is now. I sometimes I'll talk to him, um, but he had a bunch of other things too. But I know, like I said, I just feel like I know I think I played a factor into that mindset. I introduced it
Yeah.
because he was young and he was still going and he was still doing that.
So let's
But
back.
to backtrack to
Yeah.
what I was saying with the where I feel like I heard it spoke is but the thing is I could identify it immediately. And this was before any training, before any classes or school. I can be like, oh, that's not me. Like and then I thought of the verse immediately of, Satan, get behind me. That's all I said. And then it went away. And that thought was gone. And then I was like, okay, that was really weird. But it felt like a little movie where I was sitting there by myself contemplating life, and then a voice.
It makes a cool short film.
Yeah, and then a voice just like that. And I was like, I could just easily identify it. It would be a really short film.
That's
was,
okay. Yeah,
it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30-second film. Kind of like what my my drone alligator footage is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it tells us a lot.
Except yours, you are unable to see. So if somebody's recording you, you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But with mine, you think you know what's going on, but you don't.
Yeah.
Because you can see it. It's like it's actually the cover. Like this is what you could actually see
right here.
Are you not being shown?
No, because I am it's black.
Oh, it's black.
So there's no point.
Oh, so then when people turn, so basically
they
what
hear my voice, but they don't see me.
Oh, interesting.
So I can cut to me.
I do whatever's coming. I mean, if it's pitch dark,
pitch actually it's not even angled. It's actually aiming down.
Oh, then yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Let's see if we can do that. Is that better?
Yeah. But we'll cut back to you. It's just like
if you want to show your face. If not, let me connect this thing because I can hear the generator. But keep that train of thought of the visual representations that we have, and then the emotional representations that we can explain. With yours was a short moment of doubt that really didn't go anywhere past that point of doubt.
Yeah.
It could be you kind of shut that down real quick. You shut that door.
Yeah.
Something that I hear the church talk about a lot. With mine, it was more like an actual visual representation of what happened. But the entire book is about the underlayers. Like the shallow surface is the alligator crushing its snout against my skull, shattering it to the point where it needed to be removed. And then the bite that took my face and the back of my neck and my chest. And then, the potential of drowning, the potential of dying, then the infection. Those are all like literal, actual things that people can actually see because it's shot on video.
Yep.
Versus which
is harder to explain because you can't see it.
I think both of them are hard to explain, but yeah, 100%.
Well, as he steps away to fix the generator. Anyone in the live chat, what's the hardest thing you've ever had to do? Man, I really have a hard time kind of figuring out. Maybe it could be I'm on 4 hours of sleep, but no.
Oh, interesting. So it is working on the solar, but it's not. Anyways, we'll continue. Sorry, I kept hearing that, and I'm like, that's not doing anything anymore because our AC is out. So for anyone's listening, we are
it's getting warm.
We are in a room that is getting hot. Which we could actually use this as our coffee.
There you go.
You're out of coffee, and so am I. Does anybody have questions? Does anybody have?
No, but we did get up to 6 viewers, so that was pretty cool.
It is, yeah, to kind of get people kind of involved in the conversation and see like what they would have to. But it's pretty dark, huh?
Yours is fine. It's not that bad.
No.
Mine's is dark. But
I'm wondering if I can now with the lights, we can actually turn that light on. I think it would be more. Let me check out to see if we can turn that light on.
And go ahead.
And then we'll be on for just a couple more minutes, and then we can try it out.
Right now we are in a trailer. Now we have light.
We don't have AC, but we do have a light. And we have energy source, so that should definitely be enough power coming in to where we actually have light. But yeah, dude, that AC takes a lot.
but I'm gonna plug it. We might have to end the stream soon, but it's like constantly turning the power off and on the laptop. Does that make sense? Like when I plug it in, it says plugged in, and then it'll keep switching. Yes.
Hmm.
It wasn't doing that before you turn on the light. So I think we should maybe close it because we're gonna be losing frames.
Interesting. Okay.
We are still live, so
Okay.
it is acting up though.
Is that me just paused out?
Yeah, it's freezing up. Though here it says we're okay. Okay, well, I think we're still live, so.
Okay.
Let me see.
You know what, dude? Let's end it with something that I actually constantly want to do.
Yeah, we gotta close it. Unfortunately.
Right now?
Yeah, because look at it.
Oh man, yeah, it's super